Look, I got to say, I had a great day at work yesterday, and Ben, I hope you did too. I think that was quite a special day. We were out there practicing our profession as reporters in a very real sense of the word. How did you find yesterday?
I thought it was good as well. It was good to talk to people, to get out there, to get some perspectives. It was really enjoyable.
Yeah. And look, I'm going to reflect on what it all means, but I look for an overarching takeout from what was a march of, I would say, 40 to 50,000 people yesterday, which is the largest I've ever seen in New Zealand. And people can say 80 or 100. It wasn't. It was about 40 to 50,000 people in the streets of Wellington on what was a very nice day, a very sunny day. So there's the numbers. Let's get that fact out of the way. But I have to say my massive takeaway was that most of the people were there because they'd been lied to. Most of the people there were there because they had been got there and motivated to get there under false pretenses. And they'd been motivated and lied to by a political elite, by the Māori Party in absolute cahoots and lockstep with the Māori caucus of the Labour Party, though someone observed yesterday on Twitter, it's more like there's now a Labour caucus of the new Māori Party. And the number of flags and the T-shirts, this was a very carefully crafted and orchestrated piece of political theatre. I suspect at the end of the day, largely paid for by you, the taxpayer, by all of us, through various charitable trusts and donations and parliamentary. I mean, the leader of the protest is a parliamentary staff member for the Māori Party. And Ben and I went down there with our platform branding on, and we didn't go and stand up on the beehive in the balcony like all the other media, though I'm going to shout out to Moana Maniapoto of Te Ao with Moana, which is, of course, a taxpayer-funded sort of Māori propaganda program, but at least she was out there amongst the protesters, as were we. And we didn't have a single bad vibe, did we, Ben? No one was being antsy about the platform or colour of our skin. It was absolutely cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all fine. Didn't have any problems.
Yeah, and in fact, better, I would say, a better vibe than the protest over the parliamentary occupation. But no doubt, and really what we went down there with our camera, with the microphone, and I think we go to this first, and we tried to ask people what on earth had got them out on this massive, massive march. So here are a few interviews, outtakes from a few interviews of how people responded. How do you feel it is today? It's a pretty cool vibe, isn't it?
It is.
Where are you from?
Nai. I'm from Te Koro Ngai. Let me just throw that away.
Okay. And why are you here today?
We're here to support the people. I'm here for my grandparents and my grandchildren in the future.
Okay, and in what way does being here support them?
Knowing that I'm here for them, I'm against the bill. I want them to keep our culture, keep our language.
How does the bill threaten your culture?
Not giving us a say.
But you have a vote, right?
We have a vote. We do have a vote, but we want them to honour the treaty and translate it into something it was, not what you think it was.
Okay. What part of the treaty isn't being honoured now, do you think?
Actually, the whole thing. I would think the whole thing.
Okay. Hey, have a great day. Thank you for your time. Where are you from?
I'm from Pukaha.
Where's Pukaha?
Pukaha is in the Wairarapa.
Cool. What are you doing here today?
I just come to support our people.
Okay. And what does being here today mean in terms of supporting them?
Oh, unity. Yeah, unity.
Okay. Have you read the bill that they're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's wrong with it?
Everything.
Anything specific?
Not coming up.
Well, it's sort of oppresses us.
In what way?
Just our whole nation.
One of the main
It doesn't really work for us. Yeah.
Okay, hey, thank you for your time and have a great day.
Good point.
Where are you from?
Upper Hutt.
Okay, and what are you doing here today?
Here to support and show our support for the cause,
What's the cause?
the treaty, so making sure that bill doesn't come into place.
Okay, and what is it that you don't like about the bill?
It's everything, really.
Anything specific about the bill?
Well, that it's trying to take away our rights.
Whose rights?
Māori.
Okay, and how does it do that? What part of the bill takes away people's rights?
It's all of it, really.
Nothing specific you can point to?
Not right now.
Okay. It's a bill that says everyone has the same rights. Is there a problem with that?
Well,
Yes, because the bill's put in place for Māori, to honour Māori.
What bill was? The Treaty Principles Bill.
The treaty is put in place for Māori, to honour Māori.
So it's only for Māori, the treaty?
It can be universal.
Yeah, sorry? It can be universal, okay. So what about it? Is it about the
What?
Treaty Principles Bill that you don't like?
What is going on?
I'm just asking you questions about why you're here.
Why are you here?
Because I'm interested in why people are here and it's a massive public
And
demonstration.
maybe I'm interested for the cause.
Okay, and the cause is, and I'm trying to figure out what the cause is.
Okay.
Okay, so,
You can look up on the internet too.
okay, all right.
you go.
G'day, mate, where are you from?
Good. I see you on the watch video YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from everywhere, bro.
Okay, and what are you doing here today?
I just come down to support the protest.
Okay, and protesting what?
What David Seymour's trying to do, mate.
And what do you think he's trying to do?
He's trying to rewrite the treaty, isn't he?
Okay, so which parts?
Isn't that what you think he's trying to do?
Oh, I think he's trying to, well, I think he's trying to have a discussion, which is what I'm trying to do with you.
Yeah, well, you can't really adjust or bend or change the treaty, eh?
Yeah, but you might want to reinterpret the principles.
Why?
Well, because some people don't agree with them.
Who's that?
Well,
Look at who's here, mate.
yeah, no, I agree.
David's cause, he calls an uprising.
All right. Do you think this is an uprising?
Well, don't you? They still ain't come off Lambton Key yet.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people. There's no doubt about
A lot
that.
of people are against what he's up to.
Yeah, yeah,
People are standing and speaking up for it, eh?
yeah.
I mean, there's
Okay.
people for it and people against it. Just a good time, no?
Yep. It's a pretty good vibe today, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely, bro.
Yeah. All right, mate. Thank you for your
Hey,
time.
man, good one. Good
Cheers.
to meet you live.
Nice
too,
to meet
bro.
you. Cheers.
I do watch your videos.
Kapai. Where are you from? Right here in
Plunket.
Wellington. Okay. And why are you here today?
Well, my family actually came to New Zealand in 1813, so way before Tita Liti. But I think it's fundamental that we continue to support it.
Okay. And so today you're here to support the treaty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Do you-
Tita Liti. I think it's very important we emphasise that Tita Liti,
Okay.
where Tino Rangatiratanga is, continue to be acknowledged.
Okay. Do you think the treaty's under threat?
Yeah, from racists like David Seymour.
What do you think he's done that's racist?
I think that he is failing to acknowledge fundamental partnership, like the three key principles of Tita Liti. So, historically wasn't acknowledged by the Crown and the government in that partnership. Lots of historic injustices. They settled on finding the three kind of core components of Tita Liti to talk about. And then even with that, it's not really protecting Tita Liti. It's not acknowledging the partnership because they have done this bill without allowing Māori to continue.
Yeah, but Māori can make submissions at the select committee, right?
But they're starting this big process beforehand and inflaming a culture war that shouldn't be happening.
Okay, fair enough. What particularly about the treaty bill don't you like?
The fact that they're not acknowledging Tino Rangatiratanga and also that they're insinuating that we are, or Pākehā and tangata tiriti aren't equal under that.
Okay, and you say they are?
Yeah.
And that's in
Have
the bill.
you ev-
That's in the bill, right?
Well, no, they're refusing to acknowledge that very fundamental right of Tino Rangatiratanga,
Which is
which is sovereignty.
So you would argue that Maori didn't cede sovereignty by signing the treaty?
Yes, because they signed
Okay.
10.
And that's kind of a fundamental issue, isn't it,
Except
about the whole
so
debate?
many academics highlight that.
Yeah, do you think academics are the people who decide the way forward for New Zealand?
I think that people who have spent an incredibly long time studying it, who have built a wealth of knowledge both by looking at historical documents and talking to communities, are the people that should be making that decision. And David Seymour has continuously shown he is not that person.
All right. It's a nice vibe here today, isn't it? Thank you very much for your time. Nice to talk to you.
All right, so there is, well, a grab bag of the people we talked to about why they were there yesterday. I'd say that last woman was the whitest person we spoke to. But there you go. And you heard them. You heard them in their own words, and not particularly focused. But the people, and those were the people in the body of the march. But the people up the front were the people who have been telling them that David Seymour's a racist and the bill attacks their culture and everything else. And if I'd been told that and I believed it, I'd probably get out in the streets and march too. I think the motivation stoked by political misinformation was genuine, because they were afraid that the bill was terrible and racist, even though most of them hadn't read it. Most of them couldn't say what they didn't like about it, but Rawiri and Willie Jackson had told them it was bad. And I tell you who else has told them that it's bad, and who else stoked the fear that got so many people out yesterday, was our mainstream news media, who have perpetrated the great lie that David Seymour's a racist and that this bill attacks Māori, and have perpetrated the idea that Māori didn't cede sovereignty, and have perpetrated the idea that New Zealand is somehow got two governments, a Māori government and a general government. So that crowd was ill-informed by political leaders who just, I guess you expect to act like that, and ill-informed by a news media, a mainstream and legacy news media that had taken sides. So insofar as that is the truth, those people were there for genuine reasons. And I can see why they had fallen for the great narrative lie.